Yo, yo, yo. You already know. Bruh Migos podcast in the building. Price, Rob. The fun is back. This episode of the podcast, we got to talk about the World Series. We got to give you guys a recap. Rob has a way too early MLB Power Ranking. And like we said, QB fun is back. Talk a little bit of James Winston NFL, a mid-season, him or them. And we got a little bit more all coming to you guys right now on this episode of Bruh Migos podcast. Sit back, get your drink. I got ice cold water. We about to get it in. Let's do this.
Have we hit the music then, brother? Then go ahead, do that. Hit that music right now.
And we hitting it.
Bruh.
Rob.
What up, though?
World Series.
The
Dodgers.
I want to say, because I know we talk about AI Rob a lot here on this show. And I know we talk up, especially with, me fading into the background with this, But I feel like on this show, just last week, a certain someone said that this series was ending in 5. And do we know who was that person? Do we know what shirt he's wearing right now? Which got any grapes?
We do.
Because I got any predictions, and I had a good one last week when I said, what? I said, what? Dodgers in 5. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. My brother, Dodgers in 5, and that's what absolutely happened. Dodgers won in 5, and Shohei has a ring now. What up, though?
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. I wanted to say that Shohei has a ring. But on top of the Dodgers, toppling the New York Yankees, which I seen so many of you Yankees fans out there it was killing you. It was killing you to watch the Dodgers win that thing. And I understand, but on top of them losing, Rob,
what up?
Now comes the bigger question.
What is it?
Do the Yankees re-sign Juan Soto?
Ooh, and that's the $700 million question some people are asking. That shit ain't gonna be $700 million. I'm telling you that right now. You're talking about I am gonna make another prediction. It's gonna be 10 years, $500 million. That's what's gonna be my prediction for Juan Soto.
Thinking 10-5?
And do I think they're gonna sign him? If they're smart enough, they will, because you got to keep that together. He's 25. He's arguably one of the best hitters in baseball, if not the best hitter in baseball. Like, you got to sew that motherfucker up to a long-term deal. And I mean, it could be longer. It could be 12, 600, but you got to sign that motherfucker to like $46 to $52 million a year, because that's what's going to be the going rate. And I mean, it's only going to be really like a handful of teams, the Padres, the Dodgers, that's only going to really be able to flip that bill. Maybe your rival, the Red Sox, if they ever get they cheap asses in the motherfucking game.
I know. We cheap as hell, Rob. I know we're cheap as hell.
But it's only a handful of teams that's going to be able to flip that bill, and the Yankees is one of them. If they could not be cheapskates about it. But they need to. They need to bring that motherfucker back, especially since they seeming like they're not going to bring back Garrett Cole, but that's still up in the air too. So, yeah. But what do you think? Like, what you think about how Juan Soto going to fare out in this free agency?
You said 5. I'm thinking they're going to try to go 4. I'm thinking 10 years is going to be a total of 480 mil. And I think some type of way they're going to try to finesse getting Garrett Cole back. If not, throw this one out there, and it might sound far-fetched. Garrett Cole might be a Dodger next year.
I can see that. I mean, and we're gonna kind of I'm gonna go into this with the power rankings because they're gonna be on the list. They're the champs, but that's a good one because I mean, shit, like why not with them? Like they already got a nice pitching staff with Yamamoto. Gonna have Glass now coming back. Gonna have Gosselin coming back. Like they gonna have shit. Dustin May, the Fireball Ginger. Like he's gonna be coming back. Like they gonna have a full ass staff. Like just worth talking about.
Plus, guess what? Do I really want Shohei pitching after the hidden performance he put on this year?
You gonna shut him down for pitching?
Maybe not completely, but limit how many starts he has.
Okay, like make it like a 6-man rotation or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
because guess what?
that's actually a good idea.
He did this now hitting. So I'm thinking we gotta sure up for the long term. Because guess what? If we get a Garrett Cole right now, right? They can say, hey, we got Garrett Cole. Look here, Shohei.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to put you in the 6-man, and we're going to pop you out every now and then. You know, we're going to let you come in. We're going to let you get a good win. We're going to let you warm up 6-7 innings. Or you get going, we might let you pitch deep. You're striking out a bunch of people. But I'm going to let you go ahead and sit there with that bat and do what you do. To help us out and continue to just give us this help be in this bombardment of offense. Because the Dodgers are stacked, bro. Whenever we talking, as many people were looking for Mookie had moments. You had Edwin, Freeman was out there. Everybody was just in on this. This was a championship won by the guys that weren't the primary guys.
Right.
And whenever I look at who won the game for the Dodgers versus who didn't win the game for the Yankees, oh man, I'm looking, and I'm not even gonna lie to you. Right now, if I'm the Yankees, I already got my checkbook out for one. I already got it out.
You have to.
Yeah, I already got it out. Judge showed me that he just choked, and this is beginning to be a horrible thing with him, and we need him. So, hey, bro, you 34. You kind of on that backside. Let me get the hot young 26-year-old signed up so I can, whenever the time comes. Hey, Judge, hey, look, bro, we appreciate you being a Yankee. I'm gonna go ahead and deal you somewhere else, or if you want to retire here, you go ahead and go out on your own merit here as a Yankee. But I may have to get rid of you to make room for the future, and that's a great possibility right here because we didn't lose to Shohei and I ain't gonna say
really
not so much
Shohei.
Mookie. Yeah, you didn't lose to that $700 million man. You lost to the rest of the people out there.
Yeah.
And not only did you lose, you had a game where you were up. We choked this.
Yeah, they choked both the Garrett Cole game, the great Garrett Cole game, and the great Aaron Judge game. Like, it's crazy how that fucking at the crib, like they choked that game away.
And that's what makes it so bad. How you choke the game at the crib, bro? How you choke the game at the crib?
You can't
choke the game at the crib.
They're up 5-0. A 5-run fifth where basically starts with Garrett Cole not running the first base. And I know this has been very controversial, and basically a lot of people have had their takes on it. I would say if we're putting percentage on this, 60% Cole, 40% Rizzo. Because even if you look at the play, how the play was, you could tell that Rizzo was not running full speed in order to basically get to first, and Cole assumed that he was. And the way that the ball seemed like it caromed right, and Rizzo being a left-handed thrower, which basically puts his glove on the right, he had to basically kind of reach over and then kind of try to go back while Mookie is running full speed to first, trying to basically get their offense going. Like, it wasn't to where, like Cole should have been right there, at least to basically be right there to make the play. He was not.
Yes.
It was a bad play, and basically, I think that was the thing that did them in. Like, I know it's a lot of them, but that was the play that started their offense in that 5-run fifth. And I think, if that doesn't happen, the series might still be going.
Yeah. And it's horrible to say that happened like that. It just is. Because think about it. That was such a turning moment. It's like, damn, it's like, maybe if that doesn't happen, maybe this is going on. We going 6-7 games. But then it happens, and then you like, oh shit. That really could have cost him the entire series, because Mookie gets on base, and then it's like floodgates open.
Gone.
And that was just, some people are gonna say, oh man, it was one of those things, it happens, but I feel like that was one of those things that happened, but it was preventative from happening at that moment.
Absolutely.
It was super preventative. And the thing that I thought about whenever it happened, you remember the Cam Newton, he didn't jump on the ball. He didn't jump on the ball fumble. You remember that? That was one of the first things went through my head, Rob.
Say that one more time.
He didn't. You remember whenever Cam Newton didn't jump on the fumble?
Mm-hmm.
That was the first thing went through my mind. I said, this is baseball's version of that right there.
Damn near, yeah.
Because remember, Carolina's in that game. Cam doesn't jump on that ball, everything goes downhill from them. If he jumps on that ball and makes a play after that, we could be talking about Cam Newton, a one-time Super Bowl champ. It could be a different outcome. Yeah. We could be talking about the same thing, the Yankees going 6-7 games and coming back and winning this thing. But to me, in my head, that was the first thing when I was like, this is like whenever Cam didn't jump on the ball, bro. I was like,
it's like floodgates.
It all opened, and it's like, I feel like if I would have been a Yankees fan right now, I think I probably would have cried, because that would have been my turning moment. I would have been like, we were right there. Yeah. We could have had a chance to be in this thing, and then we squandered 2 games. We squandered the Aaron Judge game that went ham. We squandered the Garrett Cole game. We lost in 5 at the crib. How do you let them beat you in your own house? Let them beat you in your house. They're not even from out. They on the opposite side of the United States.
No, like the West, y'all.
Yeah, and they got to celebrate on your side. You know that had to be the happiest 4.5, 5-hour flight ever whenever they got on the flight going back from New York to LA. Because they knew, we about to be drunk. We about to tear down the city. Look, the Dodgers are about to love this. Because even Magic Johnson was saying, I got another ring. I got baseball rings now. And I was like, Steinbrenner, you don't see this man bragging about not only does he have NBA rings, but he done came in the MLB and he got rings too. Like, you don't have any past, you don't have no fight right now for this. You don't have something. But dog, that was probably the wildest, like, just set of events that I feel like just dictated a World Series. It was just over, and I was like, man, y'all really lost because of that. Yeah, but Rob, I'm not a hater on the Yankees.
Yeah, I might be. We'll see.
Look, Rob might be a hater, but look, in my personal opinion, Yankees, this is that time where, hey, Steinbrenner, you might look over at Magic Johnson and be like, Magic stole a couple rings from me now.
Or look up in certain occasions, but yeah.
Yeah, but it was a hell of a World Series. Shohei got his ring, like I said. Had the Dodgers winning it all. It didn't go exactly how I planned it, but they actually got that ring. Shohei has a ring to cap a magnificent season of 50. Oh my God.
It's crazy. I think we're gonna have to debate like whether this was the best single season of all time, and it might be, dog. Like,
it might be.
It's like there needs to be a discussion about, is this the best single season an MLB player has ever had? And I think it might be 50-50 in a ring. Like that. Yeah. This actually might be it. Like, this is the big joker. This is the king of the hill. This is all that shit.
Yeah, we might have to come to y'all next week with what's the best single season from an MLB player. But we will look into that. But moving on from us, gloating about the Yankees taking that loss.
And me being right.
Yep, and Rob being right. We have what we like to call the way too early Rob Power Rankings right now.
So damn early that basically the 2024 MLB season's body ain't even cold. Yeah, I'm making a power ranking that basically we're gonna talk about it right here on the show. And so I got a top 10. And we're going to talk about it right here for what I think the 2025 MLB Power Rankings should be. So way too early. I'm going to start at number 10. And so you tell me, Nate, like you give me your best on this and like your best opinion on this. And I'm going to just talk about it a little bit. So first off, so at number 10, I was kind of picking out some names. So I was thinking about teams like the Mariners, who basically have that great pitching staff. I was thinking about teams like the Diamondbacks, who basically came on real late, and had an MVP candidate in Ketel Marte. I was thinking about, the Reds, with them having, the most exciting player in all of Major League Baseball, Ellie De La Cruz. But I'm gonna stop on this team's name, and I'm gonna see what you got for it. The Rangers. The Rangers are my number 10 power ranking team that's going into the 2025 season. And granted, this is before free agency. This is before trades and everything like that. The hot stove ain't even been turned on yet. That's the winter meetings ain't for another month. But I'm thinking the Rangers are the number 10 team right now in all of MLB. They're going to have DeGrom coming back, hopefully actually healthy. Wyatt Langford, Adolis Garcia, Corey Seager, Marcus Semien. Hellified players. Absolutely hellified players that they got on there, man. Like, what you think about my number 10?
Okay, for your number 10, I have to agree with you. If DeGrom is coming back healthy, everybody returns back in proper form, I can agree with that being the number 10 pick. Maybe I may have went the Reds only because of Ellie. And it can be interchanged with the backs because Ketel Marte, he was looking like he was going to have a very special season. But it's like I said, so much happened in the MLB this year. So many players had really good seasons. It just was outshined by a guy who went 50-50 club. And it's
just so happened to be.
It's hard to beat it. Yeah, it's hard to beat that. Who you got up next?
All right, so for number 9, KC. Royals. I got y'all as the number 9 team in all of baseball. Y'all had a great season this year. Basically got to the ALDS, before, getting eliminated. But a lot of young talent. Seth Lugo, who was basically came out of nowhere to basically be a Cy Young candidate, essentially. Michael Walker had a really nice season. Bobby Witt is going to be an MVP sooner or later. It just wasn't the year because Aaron Judge was absolutely phenomenal. But that man is him. We haven't done him or them for MLB all that much, but that motherfucker is him. He is everything, can do everything greatly. That's my guy. Yes. And I think the Royals are going to be the number 9 team.
I can see the Royals number 9. I want to see some more of your list. I might have to make a few adjustments, but I can see the Royals definitely up there. Bobby Witt was tremendous, and Seth Lugo did have a hell of a year pitching. And I feel like he kind of went a little bit under the radar to me. He went under the radar at times. I don't think he got enough notice, but it's also where they're at. It's the team. Right. It's the team. Your players are going to have to make your team. They're going to have to push your team to the front of the line. Who you got up next is your number 8.
So number 8, H-Town, baby. H-Town. Astros. Y'all got a problem because y'all got Alex Bregman basically becoming a free agent this year. But y'all got 3 things gonna be going for you. Yordan Alvarez coming back. Jose Altuve coming back. And the biggest thing that I think is gonna be the thing that we need to watch for, especially when we talk about AL MVP, contract year Kyle Tucker. That motherfucker is great. He's gonna be great for them. I think that, especially when you're talking about contract year Kyle Tucker, dude that's trying to fight for some goddamn money because his contract ends in 2025. That's what we need to basically watch out for. But I think they're gonna put a nice team around him with Jeremy Pena, and then they're gonna have to figure out what they're gonna do, if they're gonna re-sign Justin Verlander or they're gonna let him walk because his contract is up this year. This would be his 19th season. He's still a fucking horse. But it's just dude, how long do you go with Justin Verlander? And how long do you basically keep him in the rotation? Because you got Christian Javier, you got Framber Valdez. You could basically go get out and get another pitcher. You're going to have Hader in the back end of your bullpen at the closer spot. So, I mean, you got options of where you can go. You could go in free agency. But, yeah, that's my number 8.
Do you keep – see, I like your number 8. The question is, do you keep Verlander, like you said, and are we going to pursue Bregman to keep him out of the hands of somebody else?
Right. And I mean, you could still keep him. I think you got room to basically keep him. I don't think they got anybody that's coming up at the third base position or somebody they're gonna slide over. Maybe slide Pena over or something like that. But I don't think they got any prospects worth talking about that you got to worry about to say, hey, this is who's on the come up. We got to basically make space for him. So
that's definitely going to be one to watch to see if they're going to re-sign him, if they're going to re-sign Verlander, and if Bregman can land anywhere else, possibly on a team that may be contender.
Yep.
Because if he lands on a contender, that's going to be an issue, and then H-Town, Houston will have a problem then, losing Bregman. Who you got number 7?
All right, so number 7, Guardians. The Guardians of the Midwest. I think that they're gonna be basically nice. They got Big Christmas. Jackenzie Noel. They got they're gonna still have Andres Jimenez. Still gonna have Jose Ramirez, who basically is Mr. Consistent for them. He always hits we didn't really talk about because Shohei was so damn good, but he had a 40-40 year, but he almost had a 40-40-40 year. Like he was one double shy of a 40-40-40 season. And so, with those factors, they're going to have to figure out what they're going to do with Shane Bieber. If they're going to sign him, all signs point to they aren't going to sign him, and he could become a Cardinal, hopefully. And anything like that, which that's a whole nother thing that we're going to have to discuss at another time. But I got the Guardians as number 7. They had a great year coming into the ALCS and falling short, but I think they're gonna be back there.
Yeah, Guardians are definitely gonna be back. That team is very strong. It's one of the teams that I'm like, you gotta watch out for them. I don't think that it's a flash in the pan. I don't think it's a flash in the pan. I think that they'll be back. What's your number 6 looking like?
So number 6, the current AL champs, the Yankees. I got them as number 6. They are the 6th best team, and it's really because of some of the question marks that we just talked about. Garrett Cole's not coming back. What's going to happen with Juan Soto? Are they going to re-sign him? Those are huge question marks, because if you basically ain't got that ace at the top of your rotation, and you ain't really got that guy that's going to be able to protect Aaron Judge or have Aaron Judge protect him, the Yankees are going to be in some trouble. If they could go, I've heard that they're going to look at getting in Anthony Santander from the Orioles, but that is what that is. But those are the biggest question marks. But if they can basically make that and work it out and still have Anthony Volpe, Gleyber Torres, and all these players that they already got, Luis Gil coming back, I think they could make it work.
Is Jazz going to stay? That's a question to me.
Yeah. Well, Jazz is still there for another year, so they still have him on the contract for another year. So,
yeah, but if they trade him, try to deal him. Yeah, would you not try to deal him right now? You don't know what he's going to be worth, how good he's going to be.
That's true.
The Yankees are a huge book of question marks right now, and if you're a Yankee fan, to me, you need to be looking at Steinbrenner like, are we getting Cole? Are we signing Soho? Are we trading some of these guys? Who's going to be here? Are we shoring up some things? And like you said, it's definitely going to be, you need a pitcher that's going to help protect a hitter and a hitter that's going to help protect a pitcher. And right now, if Garrett Cole leaves, like I said, I could see him ending up like way over in La La Land, living it up with Shohei, going into a 6-man rotation, and them being able to just preserve Shohei forever over there, because you know how good his bat is, you know what he's capable of doing. Now imagine if he's able to pitch at a high level on limited starts, a 6-man starting rotation. He gets to come out here and say, you know what, I'm not going to pitch 20 games, might pitch 10, 12 during the year, and I'm going to be ready and probably tuned up come playoff time. Could you imagine if Garrett Cole went there, a 6-man rotation with him, Shohei, Yamamoto over there right now? Not just like you said, Fireball, Ginger. They would literally be setting themselves up to repeat for a World Series.
There's no beating them.
Yeah, and nobody's thinking about that.
There's literally no beating them.
We know one thing, bro. We know one thing. Winning opens up your checkbook.
Shit, that big ass TV deal do too.
And look, and guess what? You don't think Magic Johnson is over there looking like, Can I steal the Yankees starting pitcher and go back to the World Series again?
They're aggressive as fuck. Like, the thing about the Dodgers is they really don't give a fuck. They will go after any and everybody. Not only with talent, but or not only with the checkbook, but with trades, because they always have like a top 10, top whatever, like farm system that they could trade motherfuckers out. Diego Cartier, like basically is like one of the top prospect. He's been a top prospect before as a catcher. Like, that motherfucker's just waiting in the wings with the Dodgers. Like, that's the thing about this team. It's so many guys you can basically be like, oh, okay, we'll just deal them, pay them. It's like,
like you mentioned, the TV money is coming in, bro. The TV money is coming in. It's time to open up our wallets. Who can make it the biggest? Who can make the biggest check? Who you got for your number 5 though?
Phillies. Ooh. I got y'all as number 5. I mean, don't have a lot of people moving out. Zach Wheeler is going to be the biggest name though, as far as like the free agents. I'm thinking they lock him up. I would be surprised if that man don't come back as a Philly. If he don't come back as a Philly, especially 29, they got a big checkbook that they basically going to open up, that they might be open up for Juan Soto, basically have him reunite with Bryce Harper in the out. Well, no, I don't think they played together in the outfield. I can't remember. But either way, having basically those two guys in the outfield, possibly Juan Soto and Bryce Harper. And yeah, I think that the Phillies, especially, you still got Trey Turner, still got Bryce Harper, still got Kyle Schwarber. You got a lot of talent on that team. Aaron Nola, like there's so much talent that's on that team that, they're the number 5 team. They're one of the best teams in all of the National League. Can't say too much about them. Great fan base, great atmosphere. Like, yeah, that's my number 5.
So the one thing about the Phillies is this. It's the lack of movement for me. I don't see them shaking enough. And if Zach Wheeler was to go away, where are you going to put it? And then are you going to pursue Soto? Because you can pursue Soto right now. I would.
Bryce Harper, I think they will.
Juan Soto,
I honestly think they will.
Bring back Wheeler.
Ooh.
Now we shaking something. Remember, they were a buzzsaw in the playoffs. They were a buzzsaw. And that's a dangerous thing. That is a very dangerous thing. So the Phillies are right there because of how hot they were. But I don't see if they're going to make enough movement during the offseason. The offseason moves that tell me if the Phillies are going to be serious about making a run again and saying, hey, we're going to cut ass again in the playoffs whenever we get there. And that's going to be a big thing. Who you got for your number 4?
Number 4, O's. I got the O's out of Baltimore. Yeah, so much talent on the team. We've talked about them extensively. Grayson Rodriguez, Gunnar Henderson, Adley Rutschman. They're going to have Felix Bautista actually coming back from Tommy John, so their closer spot should be sold up. Corbin Burns should be at the top of that rotation as well. Like, this team is going to be hell of a team to beat, hell of a team to compete against in a stacked American League. It's gonna be a nice sight to see, depending on what they do, like if they go make moves. Cause I was looking at their sport tracks, a lot of deals. Like, I think most of their team, they about to look like the Miami Heat before they sign LeBron and them. Like, most of their team is not under contract after next year. It's a lot of arbitration, a lot of things. They're gonna be in win now mode with a lot of shit. And so what happens, I have no clue. But the thing is, that team is very much win now heavy. So yeah, Orioles number 4.
Yeah, Orioles are either going to have to look to win now or they're going to have to look to lock some people down. Because if they don't lock people down, we always know that there's always a team looking to vulture and take something from a good team. And that young talent is premium. That young talent is premium over there with Kirsten and all of those guys. That talent is premium over there. And people would, I know if it was me, I'm just go ahead and say Red Sox. Vulture. God damn it. Go ahead and get your vulture on, Red Sox. If you're going to do it, who you got for your number 3?
Or not. Number 3, a team that I also don't like, the Atlanta Braves. Like, Ronald Acuna Jr. coming back. Matt Olson being in that lineup, Ozzy Albies, Spencer Strider coming back to that rotation as well. Whoever they could basically bring in. I know Charlie Morton is basically supposed to be up, but they're gonna have. But basically, you got a two-headed monster with Chris Sale, who might win the Cy Young this year, and Spencer Strider to go along with a lineup that's gonna have Ronald Acuna Jr., Matt Olson, Ozzy Albies, Austin Riley, Michael Harris, all those names. Like, they're gonna have such a bomb ass squad this year. They're gonna be nice. They're gonna be real nice.
When healthy, I feel like that is probably bar for bar with the Dodgers, probably one of the best teams in MLB. Mm-hmm. I really do feel like that about Atlanta. Whenever Atlanta is healthy, Atlanta has bats, Atlanta has a pitching staff, Atlanta can go in there and get runs, they can go in there and try to shut you out of innings. That team, top to bottom, is just how I feel about LA. Whenever those two teams are healthy, you have an issue. Okay? As my daddy would say, look, you better look. You see somebody, you see him fighting and you see me fighting in the woods with the grizzly bear. You might want to help the bear. That's how I feel about. Yeah, you better pray for the bear, cause trust me, it's about to be a long day for him. He is not winning this, and that's how I feel whenever I see them healthy in LA. I'm like, hey, dude, you gotta fight with a 100-win team, bro.
Yep.
And a 100-win team does not lay over that well. It never works out. Who you got for your next one at number 2?
Let's go to Cali. Let's go back to San Diego, a place that I thought I really enjoyed. Padres gonna have basically one of the best teams. Jackson Merrill coming back for his sophomore season. Fernando Tatis Jr., possibly Juan Soto, basically bringing that old thing back. If the Padres want to be as aggressive as they were, Luis Arraez, like, they're gonna have a nice ass team. Yu Darvish, Michael King. Like, they got the guys to basically contend and go against the Dodgers and basically go against any team in the National League. I really like them. They're my team that I love to watch whenever I get a chance to watch them, because they're on the West Coast, so I ain't really up that long. But yeah, Padres are my number 2 team in the Power Rankings.
The Padres had a lot of good stuff. They had... It would be, well, yeah, they had Tatis, Xander Bogaerts there. Jurickson. We forgot about Jurickson.
Yeah, Jurickson Profar is a free agent, so we don't know if he's gonna be back next year. That'd be the thing. But if they can bring him back, that will be huge for them, because they need that back. He's been heavily consistent in the last few years. Like, he's been living up to that number 1 prospect, or that high prospect ranking that he had long ago.
He had 24 home runs, 85 RBIs, like 158 hits this year. He's somebody, I don't know if you can let him walk.
I think they gotta go get him.
You can let him walk if you San Diego. If you let him walk, if you're letting him go, everybody in the major leagues just lick their lips, because they're about to try to sign him.
They can use him, yes.
Yeah, he's a bat. He's a hell of a talent. Matter of fact, not only is he a shortstop, he can play left. He can do a lot of things for your team.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, San Diego, you're going to have to tighten that one up. I don't think you can let him walk. What you got for your number 1 team?
So the
blue team.
Do it though.
It gotta be. It gotta be LA.
Because I mean, they haven't really been named, so yet. But okay, I'll placate it, and I'll say this: LA, big city of dreams. Y'all gonna probably repeat. That's all that what it means. So I mean, look, yeah, they got the best team. They got so much talent. They are oozing with fucking talent. So many people, like I said, they're gonna have Tony Gosselin coming back, Tyler Glass now. Clayton Kershaw, for what he is, if he basically comes back and be at least 2023 Clayton Kershaw, it's going to be fucking great. Shohei is going to be coming back pitching, possibly, like Nate said, which I think is an absolutely great idea, as like a more 6th starter that gives him rest and have him in the lineup still. I mean, he's gonna be in the lineup even as he's pitching, but just have him like rest his legs even more. But like Freddie Freeman coming back, Mookie Betts coming back, Tommy Edman, Dodgers. If y'all smart, lock that man up. Tommy Edman, that's my dude. Somebody go get him give him his bag as he's now World Series champion. Jack Flaherty, we'll see if he's gonna be coming back to them. I know he's a free agent as well, which he's a California cat, so. This team, they'd have to fuck themselves for basically them not to repeat as world champions. They are stacked. They have everyone. They got all the money. They're going to go after Juan Soto and give him that $600 million because they fucking can. They already given, like Shohei's money's already been deferred. Yamamoto is the big other one. Freddie Freeman is another guy they signed. This got big money. Mookie Betts is another guy that got big money. Like, they got all the money in the world. Nothing's stopping them. They gonna basically try to get Juan Soto, and they might get him. If they get him, they're going to repeat. It ain't no choice. Everybody's playing second, distant second.
And I'm gonna be honest, if they get Juan Soto, or if they make the move to get Garrett Cole to let Shohei be like a sixth starter, it is so many moves that this TV money could allow them to make to allow the Dodgers to just be dominant.
Like
just dominant.
Thanos with the fucking gauntlet. Dominant.
Yeah. And it's a lot of good teams in baseball right now. And two things that if I'm teams in baseball, I'm doing two things. I want to see if San Diego can keep Profar. I want to make a play at Garrett Cole. I want to make a play at Juan Soto. Because the Yankees are going to have to pay him because of how Judge looked to me in the playoffs. He had one good game. He had one really good game. But you have to pay Soto right now. You have to pay Soto right now. Because if you don't pay Soto, you're going to regret it. I guarantee if you don't pay Juan Soto, you're going to regret it, Yankees. Because Garrett Cole could walk and you might be able to find somebody else. Mm-hmm. You might be able to go finesse the Phillies for Wheeler. Mm-hmm. You might be able to. But if Garrett Cole walks and you can't hold on to Juan Soto, it's going to fall apart and Steinbrenner's going to cry a river of Yankee tears.
Yeah, Cashman might actually be gone this time.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's going to be crazy. But that was Rob's way too early. Way too early. 2025, 2020, 2024, 2025 power rankings for MLB. We had to come with that one because we know we love the MLB. Now, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to the NFL, but a certain quarterback said, fun is back. We gotta have fun with it.
QB1 is dead. QB fun is here. Jameis Winston. Oh my God. That man actually manufactured a victory against the Baltimore Ravens last week. And it was absolutely great because that man now can see and we can see that man is here. He had the quotes that were special. Is a way to say. Unique is another one. But that man absolutely is QB fun. QB fun is back in the league. That's what I've been wanting. Somebody to basically give us some fireworks. Because that's what Jameis is going to do. We don't know what the fuck is going to come out of that arm and where it's going. But yeah, QB fun is absolutely back. And I am very happy to see it.
It was a great win for them. The Browns needed that spark. It's how I can say this. He had what could have been a timely mistake if they could have reeled in that interception.
You're right.
But you can only talk about ifs because it didn't happen. And guess what? Right after that, he hits his receiver in the slot over the top, touchdown, and Lamar just couldn't get it done on the other end. Granted. Valiant drive by Lamar Jackson going down there trying to get that one back. But boy, Jameis making a throw. Jameis showed us at that moment. I felt like QB fun just wasn't a phrase. It was his way of life for a minute. It was his way of life. And he said, damn it, we're going to win. And I'm going to be honest with you. I think that he's going to have a good game tomorrow. And I think it's two reasons I have him having a good game. One, because I think that team they have what they want now, as in a quarterback. Yeah, I truly believe that the Browns believe in Jameis Winston right now. And by them believing in him, I feel like they got a shot that they're going to try to turn things around while Deshaun is hurt now. The question is going to be, if Jameis plays out this season really well, what do the Browns do then?
And they stuck like Chuck. They gonna comb through that fucking contract of Deshaun Watson and see every little thing and basically be like, okay, what can we get this nigga on? Like, all right, he's been hurt a few times. He just like they stuck like Chuck though. Like that contract is fully guaranteed. They could bench him, but they gonna have an albatross of a contract on their bench. So it's like I don't think there's much of a controversy if that contract is still in play.
I have an idea. It's a far-fetched one because I think he has a no trade clause.
Mm-hmm.
If he's willing to send him to Oakland,
they ain't gonna want him, they ain't gonna want him for that amount of money.
They might.
Nobody's gonna want that contract. That's the thing. Like,
this is true. But damn it, Oakland ain't got nothing to it.
But they gonna have nothing in that contract with him. Like, if you're gonna have nothing, you might as well have nothing and have the cap room.
I will say this. I feel like one of the things wrong with Deshaun Watson is this. I feel like they're trying to get him to run another style of offense, and he ran a Clemson-style offense in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like if they would have run something like that wherever he is, I feel like he'd have more success,
mm-hmm.
and it might help him some. But what the people Cleveland did whenever he got hurt, that was crazy work right there. That was crazy work. And that was very wrong, because I know Indianapolis wouldn't take him, because right now Indianapolis is dealing with their own set, which I'm kind of segueing into right now. You know, a little transition action for y'all. Anthony Richardson isn't having QB fun like Jameis Winston is. He's not. Can you believe that he told him he was tired, Rob?
So here's the thing, and I put this on Twitter. And I'll put it like this. I get why people have their, what they saying and say, hey, young man, you need to just set yourself aside. You need to call an audible or anything like that. But I'm a proponent, and this is not trying to be me trying to be, like ironic or anything like that. But like, I'm thinking of it like this. If everybody else can say they can take a break, that motherfucker should be able to take a break. I know offensive linemen don't really get a chance to take a break. I'm a proponent of breaks. I am pro break. So if this motherfucker says, hey, I'm tired, I just need to tap out, take a break for a play or two, I think you got to just let him do it, especially with the injuries he's had, especially with basically him. He said that basically he was tired. He just needed, take a breather and let a motherfucker take a break. I'm with him. I stand with you, Anthony Richardson, as we're both not going to be probably playing against the Vikings tomorrow. So I will stand with you, my brother. You want to take a break, and I am with you taking a break. I am here with you to take a break, bro.
Anthony Richardson, understand why everybody is upset with you. Do not do that. He lost the locker room, bro.
I don't know about that one. That's a far-fetched way.
So look, if I'm his lineman, I'm looking at him, and I'm not gonna lie to you, it would have probably been him being a lot of motherfuckers and a tired bit. We know how to turn around, all right?
But
I'm gonna be honest with you.
But to be real, if they could probably take a break, they probably would, though. Like, that's the thing. Like,
if they could,
they big ass is not fast enough to get off the field in order to take a break to get somebody else in. And with position like his, I understand why you wouldn't take a break, because as far as getting the next person up to get them warmed up to basically play the most important position on the field, I understand why you wouldn't do that. I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying for thing of, I'm not against it. I get it. because everybody else take themselves out for a snap or two. Your ass should be able to take yourself out for a snap or two. I am pro breaks. I'm pro, especially at work. I am pro breaks at work. Give me all the fucking breaks I can fucking have, no matter how important I am or am not. OSHA standards for a reason. I mean, goddamn.
Yeah. But he's gonna have to do something. He's gonna have to do something in Indianapolis. Like I said, whenever he's clicking, he can throw that ball. He can throw that thing, man.
Now, if he lost the locker room, because he was bad, and that he's bad because you haven't really played all that much. Like, he don't really have this. I think he's only had like 20 games since high school of playing football, so he hasn't really had any reps overall. So like, he didn't get benched because he wanted to take a break. He got benched because he's been bad. He's been bad. All right, that's a whole nother thing that I can't really basically do anything for you. His quarterback play has been bad. But as far as taking a break,
yes, it is.
I'm all for taking a break.
Well, Anthony Richardson, hopefully, you get a good break because Joe Flacco is playing. And we're going to see how long he lasts this week. I don't know how that might work out in your favor because I got a sneaky suspicion that Flacco might play really well. Either he's going to play really well or he's going to take a bad hit. It's one or the other. So you might want to get as much break time as you can before they stick you back in there.
Do that.
Now, we used to play a game here called Him or Them. And it's where we talked about if a team or person was really that person or not. And this is our, portion of the show where we're going to talk mid-season NFL Him or Them. And we have a list of about 8 teams that we're going to talk about if they're Him or Them. And we're going to start. I'm going to go ahead and go down the list. And I'm going to let Rob give his Him or Them first, and we'll go back and forth. So, starting on the list, Ravens.
That team is him. The Ravens are him. Lamar Jackson, Mark Andrews actually coming up. Like, that defense has not been good this year. Good it has been, but they got some good players on there. Nate Wiggins, Kyle Hamilton, for starters. Hopefully they could go out and get a free agent. Go out and get a pass rusher, because they did just go out and get Deontay Johnson to help with that offense. But if they could go out and get a pass rusher, they'll absolutely be more him. But I gotta miss him.
They are most certainly him, and I'm going to say him and then point to Derrick Henry.
Absolutely.
Derrick Henry has helped that rushing game and that passing game so much. Being the Abrams tank with legs that he is, charging out of here, running people over, getting scores, breaking tackles. The Ravens are definitely him in our book, me and Rob. Next team, the Chargers.
This is a hard one because they have a really stout defense that basically it got a bunch of hitters. I'm gonna go them though, because I think that they still haven't gotten there yet. It's the first year with Harbaugh. Justin Herbert's been hurt, a good amount of year. They don't really have that go-to playmaker yet. I know Ladd McConkey's been doing his thing in his rookie year, but yeah, they don't have that Eckler. They don't have that Keenan Allen that just yet. And so maybe in the draft they might get that, or free agency or something like that. But right now, they nil.
Definitely nil. Chargers, you are more like just a charge, or maybe a wall outlet to me. I don't believe in you guys as much as I wanted to believe in Justin Herbert just captaining this offense and making a push and being your offensive backbone and lab. And I had so many just good things. I was like, yeah, the Chargers are going to be really good this year. I feel like, Justin, they got Ladd, they got this, they got that. They're going to be great. And then y'all came out here and y'all went to bed on me. Y'all just showed me that I cannot put the faith in y'all like that. And I'm glad that I didn't put all faith in y'all. Definitely not him. They are definitely them. And then next up, the Falcons.
The Dirty Birds. I got them as him, actually. So I know it's hard for a lot of people to think that a team that has Kirk Cousins as a starting quarterback is him. But with Bijan Robinson, Drake London, Matthew Judon, they got, Jesse Bates, Justin Simmons. They got players on that team that are nice. And I think especially with the NFC South being what it is, especially with Godwin and Mike Evans being hurt, I think that got them as him, and they could basically be him in the playoffs winning the NFC South. So now I got them as him.
Okay. So as bad as I want to make them him, I'm not going to make them him. I'm going to make them nim. And it ain't because of what Rob said. Well, it kind of is because of Kirk Cousins. I want to see Michael Penix Jr. I want to see Michael Penix Jr. with this offense.
That's fair.
I know y'all gonna say, Price, you're being overzealous. You don't want to give Kurt a chance. Okay, I'm giving him a chance. I'm letting him. He like that new canister of season. You gotta sprinkle him here and there, and I'm trying to get used to him. But I don't want to see him. They drafted your replacement, and I want to see your replacement more than I want to see you with the offense. I'm not gonna lie. This is my decision of why they're them. Also, because Kurt, I got a beef with you behind behind Kyle Pitts. Okay, Kyle Pitts will get open, and you just will not throw the ball in that direction. Okay, and for the love of God, outside of last week, when he was, I will see. Look, I know what Kyle Pitts give up on route sometimes because he know he ain't gonna get the ball. He be like,
"What am I?
He ain't gonna throw it to me
for who? For what?"
Yeah. Outside of last week, I was like, "Come on now, bro. You ain't throwing him the ball, bro. He's tight end."
Yeah.
Like it was crazy. Now, next one we got on is going to be the Chiefs,
the undefeated Chiefs. So y'all wondering if I'm gonna say this him or them. Now I'm gonna say him, but I ain't gonna say him as confidently as I should for an undefeated team. Like, cause that boy Pat ain't playing great, and I think that everybody's kind of noticed that at this point, and everybody's gonna point to Rashee Rice being hurt, Xavier Worthy being a rookie. No Hollywood Brown, Kelsey ain't been the Kelsey he used to be. Granted, they just got D-Hop, and see what happens with that. But they're him, but not a confident him. Like, that defense is great, and I believe in Chris Jones and all them, but like, they ain't what they used to be, big dog. And maybe when Pacheco comes back, maybe it might get a little bit better. But yeah, they're slightly him. But I was thinking about making them.
As much as I love Patrick Mahomes III, he is barely him right now.
Barely.
I need him to adjust. I know, Pat, you were ready for the high-flying offense. I feel like if they would have been healthy, I feel like they would have been putting 30-plus on teams this year. I really do, because I felt like he knew that Andy Big Red was going to let him come out there and lace that field and stretch the field, and I think that was the game plan, and then everybody got hurt, and now he has to readjust and resettle back into a new game plan, and we know Andy Reid is just a savant coaching. So now he's trying to reel Pat back in. Hey, Pat, I know you was ready to have fun, throw the deep ball, everything else, but look, I got to reel you back in. We got to make changes. Look, we're going to have to run the ball. That's why they went and got Kareem Hunt. Pacheco will come back. We got to run the ball now. You got to take good shots. You got to try to hit Travis. And then Travis hasn't been Travis at all, So now we're looking at a different offense from what he once was. So they're him, but they're not what they were last year whenever they won the Super Bowl.
Yep.
At least not yet.
Yep.
They're not that team yet. Now, next up, we have the Vikings, your team.
My Minnesota Vikings. And it's gonna pain me to say this, about my team, about my favorite team, but those motherfuckers are still him. And then you people gonna basically learn not to deny my team, not to think of my team as lesser than. Even though we've lost 2 straight games, we lost against the best team in the NFC, and then we lost against the Rams. But that's neither here nor there. LA trip, whatever. Thursday night, sometimes shit is hard. But now we got prime time. We're gonna be going against the Colts tomorrow. I think we're gonna show up ourselves as him. I'm confident in my team as if we show up ourselves as him. We're gonna basically blitz. We're gonna get some pressures. We're gonna get to the quarterback, and that's what the fuck is gonna happen tomorrow. We are him. Take it away, Nate.
I will definitely give y'all a him.
Thank you.
I think tomorrow's going to be a bounce back game for y'all.
Absolutely.
Yeah, y'all lost 2 in a row, but you got to look at who y'all lost to, okay?
Exactly.
I think that's the bigger picture that people aren't looking at.
Preach on it.
Y'all did lose to the Rams. And y'all lost to the Lions. But that Lions team is very good.
Really fucking good.
That Lions team is very good. And whenever y'all lost to the Rams, let's be honest, who was really looking at Puka Nacua coming out and getting 106 yards in a return game coming back out there?
Not I,
okay.
Cat.
Exactly. So that's one of those extreme anomalies that we didn't think he would do this, and he did this, and we lost. You got a bounce back game tomorrow. You playing Joe Flacco, you playing the Indianapolis Colts. They're not what they were. This ain't Peyton Manning behind center.
Not at all.
Now with that being said, he did surprise the hell out of Tom Brady one time in the Super Bowl to give it to him. But in all fairness, well, no, was it Brady? No, was it Brady that he beat in that Super Bowl? Flacco?
It's all
No.
We winning tomorrow, and we gonna basically send his ass back to Delaware or where I think he's from Delaware, whatever. But we winning tomorrow. I am confident. That's what the fuck we doing right now. We are winning. Mark my words, mark my time. We're winning tomorrow.
Yeah. I feel like y'all definitely bounce back tomorrow. Y'all,
like Big
y'all
Sean
gonna
said,
beat them.
Whatever.
Now, next one up on the list, the Texans.
Now, they just lost on Thursday night to the Jets. And it's going to pain me to say it. It ain't going to pain me to say it. I think they're still him. I think I'm basically probably be one of the lone like people that's going to basically call this team him. Probably me, depending on what you say. Like, Nico Collins is going to be coming back. They still got Tank Dell. Granted, they lost Stephon Diggs for the year. The defense still got some talent on it, even though they haven't played as dominant as what I thought they would be prior to the season start. But I still got them as him.
Okay, so whenever I saw the Texans on the list, I was a little bit torn, okay? Because I've already seen who they play in the next couple weeks. They got Detroit on the 10th. They got the Cowboys after that. Okay, so I will agree with you on this one. I will give them a him. But with the caveat, the next Detroit game will be a make or break game.
Yeah.
If they can be competitive with Detroit, be in the actual running for this, or if they can beat Detroit, I'm going to be like, hey, you still got to watch out for them.
Right.
They're going to be there. Like I said, CJ Stroud he went as a rookie. He got into the playoffs, okay?
Yep.
So he's clearly dangerous, okay? He's clearly freaking dangerous. So at that point, I'm going to still call him right now. It's one of those teams. I want to see how this is going to work out. I will definitely be watching this one with a close eye. The next team on the list, the Dallas Cowboys. What do you think, Rob?
Ooh, man, him. I'm gonna say that they're him, and the reason why is I think they're still very talented. We haven't really seen Michael Parsons much, or haven't really heard much of his name, this year. But still, CD is right there. Granted, I don't know if Dalvin Cook's gonna get his fountain of youth or anything like that, but like you got CD Lamb on your team, you got Dak Prescott who's playing, really nice. They're still a good team. Like they still got the talent, but it's just, I got them as him. I think that they're gonna show to be him, and I know you're gonna say some shit. So, what you got, bro? What you got for
Nim. Oh, I've been waiting to get to y'all Cowboys. Let me tell you something. I got y'all them because I don't believe in y'all. I don't believe in y'all one bit. Okay? And this ain't just me being a Cowboy hater.
It's not.
As long as Jerry Jones is behind the desk calling the shots for y'all, he will forever hit y'all with the bad juju. Okay? Because I see the complaints all the time. Oh, it's Dak. It's this, it's that. Derrick Henry's from Texas. Why didn't you guys sign him?
That's a fair question.
It's a Jared move. You guys knew that you needed a good running game. Why don't you have one?
That's a very good question.
Every competitive team right now has I'm gonna say average or slightly above average running game to go with their passing game. Okay? But yet you want to be considered competitive. All you have is a passing game.
Yeah.
And your defense ain't been all that this year.
Yeah. Actually, real shit, I want to change mine to NIM. They are NIM. You gave me a compelling thing. Like, yeah, these motherfuckers are NIM. I don't even know what the fuck I was on. They're NIM.
Look, let me tell you something, Cowboys. Like I said, I ain't a hater. I'm a realist about this.
Yeah.
And I want y'all to really know that y'all ain't him.
Yeah,
y'all are NIM.
Yeah,
oh, yeah. I don't care. Look, you can give it a French name. Shit is still shit, bro. It's still at me. It doesn't matter. Y'all have major issues, and it starts up top. And until y'all correct that, y'all not going nowhere. Y'all can blame Dak all you want. You can blame Dak 10 times the Sunday, okay? But I want you to always remember this. If you put a chef in the kitchen and give him the best of the best ingredients and he has the recipe, he's going to make something good with this. But if you keep handing him Dollar Tree this and stuff that ain't there, and hey man, I got 2 used eggs that you could use in your cake, we're not going to get anywhere. You knew that the running game was suspect. Like, you know this. You knew this.
Yeah.
But who y'all let running? The man who self-proclaimed, I'm the best GM that can do this. Nobody can do this better than me. I beg to differ.
That's fair.
I think it's a few people might could do this better than you. Starting with, I would have went and got Derrick Henry to put behind Dak Prescott right out of. You always talking about checks that you willing to write. Super Bowl checks and a check in heaven, right? Well, where was the Super Bowl one? Because Derrick Henry ain't get paid. He wound up in Baltimore. So apparently you wasn't ready. You lying to us, Jerry. You lying to them people. If I'm the city there, I'm mad with him.
Yeah.
Can't be mad with Dak and them. I'm mad with him.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's simple. And last but not least,
not at all.
Commanders.
The Commies. I got them as him. Like they are that team. Terry McLaurin and Jaden Daniels are basically one of the best 1-2 punches in all of football. You know, that team is so damn good. Got Brian Robinson right there as well. Like, the defense is actually not bad either. You know, they don't have too many names that basically, you know, people don't know too much about. But yeah, like I got them as him. What you got?
Let me tell you something. That Commanders team is him. And let me explain to you why. That boy who came by the LSU, Jaden showed you week by week he got better the more that you left him in.
Yep.
Okay? And not only did they get better, he showed you that, hey, I'm going to grow with my team. McLaughlin, flawless. That was just it's a chef's kiss. And that team is young and they're hungry and they are going to disrupt things. Okay? The one thing that they can do to make them even more of a threat is if you go and get another receiver. If you could have made a play and got another receiver, I'd be picking them to win that division. Easy. Because you clearly see Dallas ain't got it. And Philly is still struggling. They went and got Saquon Barkley to help Jalen Hurts make progress. I haven't seen any progress out of him. I've seen Saquon Barkley have a hell of a season so far, but not Jalen Hurts. No forward progress. I feel like, in my opinion, even though I know that they're not on our list right now, I feel like he kind of got a little bit worse as a quarterback this year.
Mm.
He didn't make forward progress. And you want your quarterback to go forward, especially whenever you get the quality of a guy like Saquon Barkley in your backfield, and he's ripping through people.
And you paid Jalen Hurts.
And we paid you, bro. We gave you the bag saying, hey, we believe in you. Let's do this. And what have you done? We haven't done this. Because this offense, I'm going to say this. In theory, that Philly offense should be a 27 a game offense. Easy. But it's not. It's not at all. And that's bad.
That's bad.
That is bad. It really is. Now, before we leave away from football, me and Rob had to talk about something. Every year, somebody does this, and we have not the clue why.
Not a clue.
Will you guys ever evolve past dropping this ball before you get to the end zone?
Don't understand it. I really don't. It happens every year, at least twice a year on every level, college, pros. Dog, I don't get it. I literally don't understand it. Why are you waiting, or why are you so premature in your celebration that you basically can't wait until you get in the damn end zone to drop the damn ball because you're so damn excited? Like Corley, I think it's Malachi Corley from the Jets, dropped the ball right before the end zone that basically went from his first touchdown to a touchback. And it's just like, dog, if y'all gonna basically drop the ball, y'all need to do a drill. The team needs to do a drill. Somebody gets on the damn ball just in case. Just pick it up, stand there. Say you in the end zone, something. Make sure they don't roll out. Make sure the other team don't get it. But you need to be there for your teammates. Somebody needs to do something. Because this shit seems like it just happens too damn routinely that it's just like, come on, man. Y'all fucking yourselves up. Y'all need to evolve.
Let me tell you something. I would let them know now that football, you need to treat it like your freedom. And you can't let freedom go till you get in the end zone, okay? Nope. You better not drop this freedom before you get to that end zone, okay? Because this is ridiculous. And it would have been his first NFL touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know, I'd have been holding on to that ball so tight, I'd have been like, I ain't gonna drop this one. I ain't gonna drop this one. And to be that close and just a bloop.
Yep. Just like, whoop.
Just let it. Whoop. It kills me because we should be past this.
Absolutely.
And you know what was the first thing went through my mind whenever I thought about that?
Who?
The Deshaun Jackson one.
Yeah. It's just like it's like muscle. It's like memory. Like, you know, like muscle memory. It's like this is what this is. Because like that was the first big one that I remember. Like, I want to say it was on Monday Night Football or Sunday Night Football, one of them.
Yeah, I want to say it was.
And
I want to say Monday Night Football.
Man, flicked that ball back. Wasn't even in the end zone. Sad. Like, I don't know how we're going to get past it. I don't know what could be done. Maybe you push the ball and hold it up in front of you so that basically you don't really, I don't know. Cross the plane, man. Just cross the plane.
It's sad whenever that happens. It really is. And it irritates the living hell out of me whenever I see that. And I'm like, don't drop the ball. It's not a touchdown yet. It's not a touchdown. Hold on to it. Cross the line. And they flick it behind them, and it's like, oh, fumble.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna be dead serious. I don't think I could go back. Look, I'd probably walk off the field. I'd be like, let me go.
Right.
Let me go take a shower.
Yep. Game's done for me.
And this is over, Coach. Where you going? I messed this one up, Coach. I'm going to sit down for the rest of the game.
Yep.
Just let me go ahead and sit down. Let me sit down. But before we get about it, we got to talk to you guys about one more thing. Okay? And don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. Rob wanted to talk about this, so I'm going to let Rob introduce this with how he phrased this one. So you go ahead and take this one away, Rob.
Okay. So when it comes to, because we're switching over to basketball right now.
Yep, we're going to the NBA.
And so there was a quote that, just kind of came to me, and I was taken aback by it. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna let this person speak, and I'm gonna basically take what their words were verbatim. It's granted, it's a little bit, it's a little bit censored, but I'm gonna take what their words were. When I see people saying he doesn't want to play, I've done way too much for this city, putting myself at risk for people to be saying that. I do think it's bullshit. I've done way too much for this fucking city to be treated like this. Done way too fucking much. But like I said, I wish I was as lucky as other ones, but that doesn't mean I'm not trying and I'm not doing whatever it takes to be out here, which I'm going to be here pretty soon. That, my friends, was Joel Embiid of the Philadelphia 76ers saying that he's done too much for this fucking city for people to say whatever. Because he's said he's not going to play back-to-backs. He hasn't played this season as far as I'm tracking. And basically, he had like a torn, I think he said, the tore his meniscus at the end of last year. But he did play in the Olympics. And so it's just funny that this man went gold medal chasing because he's been trying to hop from team to team over the last few Olympics to get himself a gold medal, and he finally got it. And this motherfucker is not playing yet this year, and already said he wasn't going to play back-to-backs, because of whatever reason, his knee, whatever it may be. And I kept thinking, because at first when I saw the back-to-backs comment, I'm like, you can't really call yourself much of a leader if you actively saying you're not going to be with your folk. Like, you're going to basically take off back-to-backs. You're going to basically say, hey, y'all toe the load and figure it out. Especially when they just signed a guy that he ain't really going to be there and hasn't played as well this season, at all either. And all the other thing is, if you basically saying I've done way too much for the city, where the fuck is it at? If you basically want to say you've done too much for them and to basically call these motherfuckers ungrateful, show me where they're just entitled. Show me basically what you've done, Joel Embiid, to where you can basically be like, you've done way too much. Because I've seen so many first, second round exits that, dog, I can't really say what you've done to say this is what these people should basically be on. If they're saying that, hey, maybe you should be playing more because we need you because you're not here. Now, granted, I'll say this because facts do matter, and I'm gonna basically put the facts out there. When you play more than a certain amount of games in the season, let's say it's like 55, 60. When you play more than them, you score less in the play. When you play like less than like, say, I think it's like 60 games a year, you do like 30 points a game. So I'll give you that. But the thing is, you haven't sniffed the fucking Eastern Conference Finals. You haven't sniffed the fucking NBA Finals. So to say anybody's ungrateful because you feel like you've done a lot for this city, you need to shut the fuck up gracefully. I understand being sensitive. I understand basically saying your body's basically been failing you, but you've also been failing this fucking city as the go-to player, as the highest ranked player, as the basically dude that's getting the most money and been there the longest. You are the dude. You are the guy, but you have done nothing. You have not done anything for this season, for this team. So you got to basically chill the fuck out on that and try to talk about like, oh, you've done way too much. Bitch, where?
Joel. This is the time where if I'm a Philly fan, I'm going to look at him and say, the year you won the MVP, the other big man went and got a ring.
Which should have been his.
If he was to open his mouth and say that year I lost that trophy to Joel Embiid, I should have got that MVP, I'd have no problem handing it to him.
I had no problem handing it.
Because he finished the mission.
Yep.
He finished the mission. He knew what it was. He got it accomplished. He went and got the city of Denver a title. Philly doesn't have a title.
Not one.
You and James Harden couldn't get it.
Nope.
Which now whenever I look at it, I'm like, okay, both of y'all disappeared at times. Right now, James Harden is playing his ass off to start the season. Then I look at what's happened already. You're not there.
Nope.
Paul George is hurt.
Yep.
Tyrese Maxey is by himself.
Maxed out.
He has to carry the brunt of this. You're not out there. You're making these comments. This is what you're doing. Nobody wants to hear that from you. Nobody wants to hear you say what you just said.
At all.
Because now you just put a target on your back.
Yep.
All of those people who said how much they love Embiid and they want him to be healthy and stuff, you just put a target on your back.
Sure.
Because you know what they saying now? He think he won us a championship.
Who this nigga think he is?
Who does he think he is? He's not that guy. Why does he feel like he's entitled to this?
Because he won an MVP that somebody else should have won.
Exactly. And guess what? That guy has a ring.
Very
You
much.
don't have a ring. You can say you got a gold medal over that guy, but he can say he took his team to the championship and won. It doesn't matter. You can praise your gold medal all you want. He has a title. There's guys that you on that team with that have titles. KD, LeBron has them. Drew Holiday has one. Those guys have rings.
Yep.
Okay? Steph has 5 of them over there. Those guys have championships. Now, if you're going to jump ship and you can get your butt to Golden State, and Golden State ain't going to play you every time, and Steph is going to come back, and you got a chance to win this, by all means, have at it. Get your ring, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like I told somebody, KD still had to go win that mug when he got there. Because
Yeah.
if he would have failed, we would have talked shit about it.
Absolutely.
And we still talk shit even though he won.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm him, it don't matter. I'm damned if I do. I'm damned if I don't. I won it. Hey, deal with it.
Yep.
You got to deal with it now. But if I'm you, I don't say this.
Nope.
If anything, I would have went out there and said, hey, man, I'm not playing back-to-backs because I want to make the playoffs and I want to try to give y'all 110% of me so we can make a push through this playoff and we can try to win this thing.
Just make it transparent.
Yeah, I would have told. That's how I would have told him. But you coming out there and say all that I've done for the city, like you're just
like you Moses
super,
Malone,
super,
like you whatever.
You're not. Whenever it was AI there with Aaron McKee and Dikembe Mutombo and that group of guys, and you're shouldering the load to the finals. You've never had to do it at that level.
Nope.
You've had a James Harden. You have a Tyrese Maxey. Hell, now you have a Tyrese Maxey and a Paul George.
Right.
Which 2 of y'all not even healthy. So if I'm you, big man, I'm going to focus on getting healthy, hoping PG gets healthy, and then going out here and showing these people what they really need. Because if you do that, you may be able to glance over this and what you said and people won't look at it, especially if you go and win a ring. But I'm going to be totally honest with you, dog. You winning that ring is going to be a long shot because you still got to get through Boston, okay? And Boston ain't no pushover. Even without Porzingis, they're not a pushover. You might hold the advantage against them, but you have to be healthy. Everybody around you got to play well.
Right.
That means PG got to be there. That means Maxey got to be there. And right now, you're not on the floor. I wouldn't even talk till I'm on the floor. I'm taking regular interviews. Hey, man, how you doing? I hope the city's good. I'm trying to recover myself. I'm not doing any of that, what you just did. You just might have alienated yourself in the city of Philly.
Or at least be like, hey, I hear what people are saying. I understand where they're coming from. I'm doing what I can to basically make our team as good as I can, make myself as good as possible. Like, go the humble route. At worst,
yeah,
gonna get mad at that, and then they gonna be looking like the asshole. Not you, the asshole, to basically stay.
Yeah. Cause right now, it's a bad one.
Bad one.
It's a bad one, bro. But I do wish you the best on that. I do wish you the best on that, and I hope that you can get it together after that, because it's looking bad.
Yep.
It's looking bad. It's looking real bad. But with that being said, I'm Price. That's Rob. Bro Amigos Podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like, subscribe, share with your people. Don't forget, W, 10% off. Code Bro Amigos Podcast. And Rob, take us out.
Good night, Canada. Good night, Taylor Swift. I just lost my train of thought. But yeah, hope y'all had a great weekend. I won't be on the show next week. We're gonna probably have Nate. He gonna take it. I'll be basically out doing stuff. But yeah, I'll be out next week. So you could, get yourself a W, rewind this back, and just put my pretty face on it. Nate will be here though. His pretty face will be here. But my pretty face is.
Got you guys.
But yeah, deuces to me, from me
deuces.
To you.
Yeah. And we're out, and I will see you guys next week. I'm going Hanbrolo next week. But we'll catch you guys next time. Yeah, Hanbrolo. We'll catch you guys next time. Peace.
Deuces.
Thanks for checking out this episode of the Bro Amigos Podcast. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss an episode.